Good guy. Good guy, Billy. Gives a thumbs up. And there's the Arclay Mansion. Oh boy. That's the start of a whole nother can of worms. And I think that's Resident Evil 0. There we go. Well, that was pretty darn cool. That was pretty darn cool. I feel like that was a bit of a lackluster closure for Rebecca and Billy, though. Especially seeing as we just never see Billy again. Ever. Oh well, I guess he was just partner to Rebecca for one game. Okay, so that's interesting. That's very interesting. That she gets his dog tags there. Because I guess I guess I didn't notice, you know, the dog tags normally are part of her design. And they weren't there on this one. So I guess they kinda explain where that comes from. Still, they left it kinda ambiguous if Billy really did do the perform the crime that he was accused of. It seems they seem to suggest not, but still, they never directly comment. Ah, hey, first unit on CG movie. I guess Robot was the studio that worked on the cutscenes. Yeah. Round of applause. Yeah, give a round of applause for these fine ladies and gentlemen who put this game together. I mean, that was quite the ending. I like that. See, I find it interesting that this final boss did not die via rocket launcher. It's usually a Resident Evil tradition that the final boss always gets killed by a rocket launcher that conveniently shows up during the fight. This time it was a Magnum that conveniently shows up. But I guess I don't know, I guess it's because this is like prequel status, I don't know. It's just like, it's not that official of a Resident Evil game. Although it is still canon. I had some mocap in this. Action directors. And action advisors. I mean, Billy Cohen was going all John Woo on this game. I mean, from the beginning, when he did that frickin' dive shot, to the end with the bullet time bit. I mean, that was about the pinnacle of the action in the cutscenes. Ah, they did some facial capture too. This must have been pretty pioneering stuff back in the early 2000s. See, I'm pretty sure, though, that this was being produced around the same time as the Resident Evil 1 remake, which is why I'm fairly certain that the Rebecca Chambers model is the exact same in both games. You know, it's obviously a very similar art style and, you know, graphics engine, so I'm pretty sure they're, you know, for the most part, the same kind of development team, or at least sharing assets like the Rebecca model. That actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. It's only 9 o'clock. Oh, look at all these different studios and companies. And all Capcom staff. That was a solid old school Resident Evil game, I'll say. Shinji Mikami! Executive Advisor. That is the creator of Resident Evil right there. I really like that they brought us back to some Resident Evil 2 locations, though. I thought that was super cool. I did not see that coming. And the Tyrant, too. He fight the Tyrant twice. The Proto-Tyrant, at least. That was... There were quite a few just surprises for a fan of Resident Evil lore. It was really quite interesting. Koji Oda was the director on this one. Good guy Koji Oda. Ah, and the good old Capcom logo. Well, how was that, ladies and gentlemen? Was that a Resident Evil game or what? Alright, what are the stats? What are the stats? Oh, I just got 2 achievements. Treatment plant complete. Okay, obviously. And, hey, Queenie, feast on this! Ah, I got a rank C. Well, I guess that's not so bad for a first playthrough. What did it tally up? 86 kills. That actually seems kind of low. I'm surprised. I guess, yeah, I guess it's Resident Evil, the survival horror thing. There aren't nearly as many enemies as it feels like there are. 86 kills. We fired 432 shots and made 33 recoveries. Now, what exactly does it mean by recoveries? Does that mean how many times we healed, or how many times we had to reload a save? I'm assuming that's heals, because they always refer to heals as recovery items in Resident Evil. And then 22 saves. Now, from what I understand, it's the saves for the most part that dictate your rank in one of these old school Resident Evil games, because those ink ribbons are all limited. Apparently, there was 8 hours and 21 minutes, or 8 hours and 22 minutes of gameplay. But that's not entirely accurate, because it could only count the times that you succeeded. On Steam, I had about 16 hours on this game when I logged on today. So I'm estimating, well, we started at 7 or so that's 2 more hours. So I was about an 18-hour playthrough. So I think that means about half of this playthrough, heck, probably more than half of this playthrough was like retries, or attempts that didn't make it. So that's interesting. How in the world am I supposed to pick up these rounds here? This is like the biggest challenge in the game, trying to pick up these, what are they called? The fire rounds. The napalm grenades. It's like, how do I have to come in from the side? Oh, there we go.